so that's that about the kind of customers you will serve over time. So finally, before we draw the curtain today, I hope we've had a great time. It's been almost 2 hours of conversation already, and I think that we have 1 or 2 things we have picked from this particular training. How to successfully complete a transaction. Remember, what we are doing is going back to basics. How to successfully complete a transaction, a business transaction. Number 1, hear right, comprehend right, and respond right. Hear right. By the time you are picking that phone, you are reading that mail, you are getting, ensure that what you are getting the right information. You are not assuming anything. Oh, the customer wanted plastic, and you overlooked the fact that plastic has size. You don't say, yes, we have cake boxes. Yes, we have cake plastic. Yes, it's 50,000 naira. You collected money and said, there's something that is making me laugh. I saw an advert. Somebody saw a mini chair. You know all those mini chairs, 10,000 naira sofa online. Maybe on Shein or maybe on one of these online platforms, and the person went to order it, thinking that in Nigeria, where will you get big sofa for 10,000? I don't have my own. By the time the delivery man says, Oga, I'm in your area, what's your number? I say, what are you using to deliver box? Box as well. Do you know what I ordered? I ordered chair, you are bringing box. How? I say, Oga, I'm bringing your delivery, sir. He said, okay, come, let me see. They go to the house and they handed over small box. I don't understand. Abi, are you in the wrong house? Oga, it contains your name. Please, this is what they asked me to give you. Please sign in this place. And you are there fighting with the rider. It's not your. And the rider say, Oga, please, this is what they asked me to come and deliver. I have only for you to open it to see that it was a toy chair that you bought online. You know, because information was not. You didn't get the right information. You didn't get the size. Ask questions. They will say, you are not a foolish person, no. You are just trying to avoid issues. Ask questions. Hear right. Understand right. That's comprehend. No, understand that what you are trying to say is exactly what the person is trying to say. Nobody is missing anybody. Somebody say, I want green. There are different shades of green, no. I want blue. Oga, sorry, is it biro blue? Or turquoise blue? Or sky blue? Or what are the other shades of blue? Which of the blues? Blue is not blue. So, hear right, comprehend right, and respond right. Secondly, communicate necessary information such as product knowledge, process flow, business structure before financial commitments. Problem starts when customers part with their money. I think I've mentioned this earlier. Communicate necessary information, the things that the customer needs to know, the hours required to produce, the time limit to produce, the distance between, the time is going to take from the exchange of money to delivery, the processes it will take. If possible, mention the process to the customer. So when it arrives, so person brings, and we go ahead with the production, we have a business with God is good mottos. They are the ones that will actually do your delivery, all things being equal, except you have to use another company. They are the ones that will do your delivery. They'll bring it at so time. It should arrive so time. Don't worry, when we discuss case studies tomorrow, you will see different issues around that surround these particular points I'm actually mentioning. Let them know the information. Customers, their own is to have their product. If it's possible for you to make the product in 30 minutes and give it to them, they will even be excited. But you know it's impossible. You are the one going through the stress. Let them understand the stress. So don't just say, oh, no. Give them all the information they need to know so that when it starts happening, they don't say, but nobody told me. That's one excuse that has gotten a lot of customer service person laid off their job. The customers will tell the company, but nobody told me. But nobody told me. That's their valid excuse, right? It's not an excuse, actually. It's actually the fact that nobody told them. Maybe if they knew, they wouldn't have gone ahead with the business. All right? So please hear right, comprehend right, respond right, Communicate necessary information and things that might likely happen from start to finish of business, please, before you collect money, so that when you collect money, issues will not start. Thirdly, document every data received. I mentioned earlier, a customer service person is a meticulous person. Record necessary conversation. Have evidences. Hey, those that are doing customer service in medium and large scale business, they know what I'm saying, no? By the time the guy in IT tell him, you do not tell him anything. The guy in production unit, in design department, tell him you did not send him any design. And the customer is there shouting. They are now coming to you, customer service person. Where the IT person say you did not send design. Where is the evidence I sent design? You say on the 4th of May, you have the chat on your phone, or you have a screenshot, you have it jotted down. I spoke to Mr. Mike in social unit, and I told him to do this kind of design, 3 by 2 inches, this color, this. Then the IT person will now have to answer. But at least you have taken it from your own shoulder. You have done your part. The goal is not to have somebody's job taken away from him. The goal is not for you to expose your colleague. The goal is just for you to be meticulous, for you to know that you are ahead of your game. Like you are on point, you are on your game, right? So it's important that you have every data received, record every necessary conversation, even the things that they say just in the passing. Oh, please let me tell Ali to ensure that he gets that item. To don't just say it's a conversation on the passing. Maybe he said it while he was already driving. So jot it down. Ensure that you act on it. You know, on a transaction, every information is so important. Remember, I told you before that there's a saying that a short pen, a man that I know that really influenced my life, taught me something very long time ago, that a short pen is better than a long memory. Because a long memory, as time goes on now, as you age, there are things you start forgetting. But there are things that you already wrote down that you will never forget. A short pen is better than a long memory. Remember that as a customer service person, you are an information house. That's why I mentioned number one skill of a customer service person is focus. You must not be a distracted person. Number 4, this one, people sweep it under the carpet, especially in this part of the world, where they say customer is king. This is one of the reasons I tell you that statement is not holistic. Customers have their own responsibilities too in making a business transaction successful. I hope you know that. If we want to deliver to you and you need to be at your gate, or you need to send someone to the gate to pick up the item, intimate the customer. We need someone to pick up at 3:30 on the 24th of July. We need somebody to do this, to do that. They have their responsibilities too. Everything is not entirely for the company. Let them know what their responsibility is before they pay. It's not the one that they will not pay finish. Now, you do not tell them that they will need to pick up the item. When the item is now ready, now they will not say, Madam, we are at your gate. You have my gate. What will happen? What did you tell me? You deliver to me. Did you tell me I will have to come and pick up at my gate? Did you explain to me? So these are intricacies. These are things that can valid cause issues in a business transaction. So they have their responsibilities too. If they need to make a transfer, if they need to send screenshot of payment, don't just say, ma, just pay. Once you pay, no problem. Give them their responsibilities too. Before they pay, let them know. Ma, you need to do this. Ma, you need to do that. Ma, you need to bring evidences. Ma, you need to, for health, maybe you will need maybe a referral letter from another place. Ma, you need to come with this. So it is important to tell customers their own responsibility, because for a business transaction to be successful, the company and the customers have a role to play. Then the point before the last, follow up. No conversation should be open or incomplete. Whether you are dealing with a company that has 100 customers, or you are dealing with a company that has 10 customers, or you are dealing with a company that has 5,000 customers, or you are dealing with a company that has 1 million customers, no matter the number of customers that have been assigned for you to see as a customer service person, no transaction should be left open or incomplete. I told you, every transaction that comes in is like a project. I mentioned it earlier. It's like a project. So from the beginning of the transaction, you should have a project opening date. Till you see that project through, whether it's a complaint, whether it's a purchase, whether it's an inquiry, whether it's, ensure that nothing is left hanging. Don't let customer call you after 3 months to say, I paid money 3 months ago. Nobody called me. I called you to say I have these issues. They say they will get back to me. Nobody got back to me. Hey, that can be an issue. Can even be an issue that can even almost end the journey of a customer service person in that organization. Don't leave any transaction. That's why I say you must be meticulous. You must remember everybody, even if you see 500 people in a day. That's where documentation comes in. Short pen is better than a long memory. You might have seen 100 patients, or maybe you might have seen 100 customers, and the number 36 mentally you have forgotten, but your pen will remind you, or your documentation will remind you. Oh, Mr. Treasure from Abba, he said he sent money 3 weeks ago for 60 chocolate boxes, or for 60, whatever you do, whatever your product is, or for 60 number of this, and then we told him that the item will arrive in social day, and then we gave him a feedback that there was an issue, but after that feedback, he has not heard from us. He has sent mails, we have not responded, and it is still hanging up. Don't let that man call you, because the negligence of a customer service person can even land the company in court. I hope you know. I hope you know that over a failed POS transaction, what's the name of this bank? Paid 500,000 for a 60,000 naira failed transaction. Because, in fact, now you know what people are learning? People are learning to make money off companies by negligence of their customer service unit. That's what people, lawyers are telling people. When companies fail you in their policy, don't stress them. Just take them. Don't even call their customer service. Just take them to court and collect money from them. And you know, there's no company that under your watch, under your negligence, or under your watch, they make loss and want to keep you, except it's your father's company or the MD is your friend. There's no company that employs you like that, and under your work, they make loss and they will still be happy to see you. I hope you know. So people are learning to sue companies because of the negligence of a customer service person. So you can't afford to sleep on your duty. Oh, God of Ipara, you must not sleep on your duty. Every transaction, you must see from start to finish. So, it's important that every customer engagement, like I said, is like a project. Monitor from start to finish. Give regular feedbacks. If the item is still at the design stage, tell the customer it's still at the design stage. Can you choose the design you like? If it's logistics that's the issue, explain to them. If whatever is the issue is, whatever the issue, it depends on your sector. You know the intricacies. Item has not arrived, service has not been done, whatever the reason is. Maybe you are waiting for a certain machine that can't be gotten in the country. Explain to the customer. When you explain before the due date, even if they say they want to get back their money, it's better than reputational risk. Reputational risk is them dragging the name of your company in the mud and saying you are not efficient. All right, so give feedback regularly, escalate to the required unit or the next level of management if it's more than you. If you know that all the policy information that you know on your head is not enough to handle the situation again, hand it over to the next person. End every transaction that started. Try as much as possible. Whether you hand it over to the next level of management or don't still sleep on it, because those ones are busy with their responsibility. Follow them up until you know that for Mr. Chike, for the order that he made on the 24th, it has been successfully ended. Even if he made it 24th of April and this is 24th of June, at least you know you started that transaction and ended it. Thank God. There was no issue. So always ensure that every transaction has ended. And then finally for today, before that I hand over the mic and then wait for another beautiful time for us to share together like this again. Do not overpromise and underdeliver. Do the reverse instead. It's better for you to say, I will give you this transaction, I will give you in 7 days, when it will be ready in 4 days. Then I will give you in 2 days when it will be ready in 5 days. The first one will make me love you, trust you, see you as that you know what you are doing and you're professional about your work and all that, than me seeing you as you are not trustworthy. This one that I've given you, you have done this. Imagine if I now give you something bigger, what will you do?